Okay. What's it called?
Billy
What's it
Camelot
called?
or
Guys,
Clutches?
guys, Rand, shut up. Hey,
What's it
what's going
called,
on,
Joseph?
guys?
Alex
My
is a
name's
stupid nigger.
Clutchist. Okay. Clutches, it's on Clutches.
All hail Hitler.
Do you see
Clutches
it?
is live. No way.
Do you see
No
it?
way, Joseph. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
watching it. I'm watching.
I'm
Yo, this is
watching
actually
it.
good.
Like,
Yeah, this is
it
actually
is
good,
pretty
Yusuf.
good.
Oh, thanks. Oh, my mouse is in the way. Sorry, guys.
Oh, the echo.
Oh my god, live now, live now, live now.
Yo, you can hear us. I can hear
Yeah,
myself.
it's so weird.
Nigger, nigger,
Yo,
nigger.
shut up, Abdu. Stop it. I'm gonna get banned.
Yeah.
Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria.
Kalachi is live now.
All Jews shall be burned.
Amir, shut up.
Oh yeah, you said this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, thanks. I've been trying to do this for years now, guys. So if you would subscribe, that would be
Watch, he's gonna
great.
get banned right now.
All the Jews shall.
4 people watching.
It's just us four.
Yeah, for real.
Guys,
6 people.
dislike
6
it.
people.
Dislike it. Yo, 6 people? Yo, you know Yusuf's actually gonna get like a lot of people, right? No, seriously, he could get a lot of people.
I'm sorry, guys. I gotta leave the Skype call. I'm getting too many views.
Yusuf, change
No,
it. Yusuf,
5 people.
change your. Yusuf,
5
change your
people.
thing.
5 people.
He has. He's extremely aggressive, pushes at great pace, and he's a real finisher. He's also very tall and big for this weight class and has a hard time making 170 pounds. So I think this new weight cutting measure that they put into place has really benefited guys like him because he's able to make that weight early in the morning and then rehydrate completely by the time we have the weigh-in ceremony at 4 p.m., which is really kind of a weird thing that we're doing now, where they're standing on the scale, but they're not really, we're saying official weight, but we're making them stand on a scale. It's almost like we're just sort of paying homage to the days of old where they would actually weigh in. Now they're getting a chance to weigh in, they have plenty of time to do it, and they're getting a chance to do it early in the morning. So when we're seeing them weigh in the afternoon for the weigh-in ceremony, they're completely filled with water, rehydrated, and they look great. And he looked great yesterday, because we've seen Lim before at weigh-in, and he looked completely emaciated, as he is 6'3", fighting at 170 pounds.
To a man, they're all in a better mood.
Yeah, much better. And women as well.
Yeah, way better mood. Of course, when Anderson Silva got in that scenario for UFC 200, he pretended like he was trying to make weight as he got onto the scale.
I mean, Lim looks huge. I mean, he looks like a middleweight here. Looks much bigger than a welterweight.
Tale of the Tape is brought to you by the new movie Hands of Stone, the true story behind boxing's greatest rivalry. Starring Edgar Ramirez, Robert De Niro, and Usher Raymond in theaters everywhere. On Friday, 31-year-old Hyun Lim will have a 6-inch reach advantage. He is 5 inches taller. And here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first,
Yeah, guys, this
fighting
fight hasn't
out of the
started
blue
yet.
corner, a mixed martial artist holding an undefeated professional record. 7 wins, no losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 169 pounds. Fighting out of Orlando, Florida, Platinum Mike Perry. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a freestyle fighter holding a professional record, 13 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 171 pounds. Fighting out of Seoul, South Korea, Young Ace Lim. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, John McCarthy.
Big John McCarthy, our
I don't know why
referee.
it's live right now. That should be fun.
Chrissy, Vanessa, Ariani, and Brittany here tonight. The main event, the rematch. Mike Perry, Hyun Lim. You ready? Here we go. Unbeaten Mike Perry in the blue trunks. The experienced Hyun-Gyu Lim in the black trunks.
Look at the size of Lim in comparison to Perry. That is a big welterweight. And excellent at using his reach. Keeps that distance. Perry being very aggressive. Good leg kick by Perry with a counter right hand.
And again, keep in mind, 7-0, 7 wins by knockout, 5 in the first round.
Yeah, the word on him is power and explosiveness. And he's looking for the openings now. Lim doing a great job of measuring the distance. There's another good leg kick by Perry.
Power and explosiveness like the champion, Tyron Woodley. Heavy leg kick.
Yeah, he's landed several. Lim did not like that when he saw him shake it off. Just having a hard time with that distance of Lim. Well, we really should weigh these guys right before they get into the octagon just to find out how much weight they're cutting.
Ate a right hand there.
Yeah, Lim kind of caught him on the end of that. And again,
Caught the leg
kick.
that time.
Lim really closing the distance here. Nice uppercut by Lim. Perry moves out. Perry really loading up with these shots.
Changing levels a lot too.
Yeah, looking for that left hook, but just cannot find the chin of Lim. Lim lands a right hand over the top.
Perry trying to swarm early.
In half guard here. Perry on top, trying to get that left leg free.
Good start for Mike Perry.
Trying to step over, Lim's going to sweep him. Oh, good job by Perry. Very nice adjustment and moves right into the mounted crucifix. Very nicely done. Perry's got him pinned down here. This is a terrible position for Lim. Lim trying to sneak out, trying to move, but he's eating punches.
Trying to intelligently defend himself.
Perry's doing a real good job of controlling it.
Now he's trying to take the back.
And hammers by Perry. Big success early for Mike Perry.
That'll get rid of some jitters.
Another nice leg kick by Perry, ducked on the right hand, tagged Lim again. That time Lim ate it.
Yeah.
Oh! That's a knockout.
Looking for the finish.
Huge punches by Mike Perry.
Looking for another
Lim is
first round
all
win.
sorts of trouble. Lim is badly hurt here, Mike. Big John taking a very close look at him here. Mike Perry's doing a real good job of staying composed, not emptying his gas tank, just hanging on to him. He lets him back
We'll
up.
try to fix that.
Big shot.
Oh, tapped him again with the left hand. That's it. Huge UFC debut.
Never mind then.
With the victory.
That's a huge UFC debut for that young man.
Certainly makes the most of this opportunity.
And does so against a very experienced guy in Hyun-Gyu Lim.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Raise one to right now.
He caught him really with a forearm there. A forearm to the face. And here's that left hand that he caught him with as Lim was stepping in for the uppercut. Lim lands a left of his own. And here's the bomb. Connected right on the cheek. Took Lim off his feet. Lim face plants. And Mike Perry steps in and closes the show. Huge, huge victory for Mike Perry.
official decision brought to you by Metro PCS, where you get nationwide coverage on the blazing fast 4G LTE T-Mobile network for just $30 period. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee John McCarthy's called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 38 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO Platinum Mike Perry.
I think the Mcgregor.
I am here with the winner, Mike Perry. That, my friend, was a hell of a UFC debut. How did it feel for you?
Felt great, man. I know I caused a lot of issues last night, but I'm not here to make friends, man. I did what I came to do. Shout out to Lim. That was a tough fight, man. God bless America.
You fought a big, experienced guy in Young Yu Lim, and it seemed like early you were having a hard time judging the distance, but when you landed, let's take a look at the big screen. When you landed with some serious power, my friend. Take a look at it here. You really caught him with like a clothesline there.
Yeah, I reached back too far. I got to clean that up a little bit, huh? But whatever works. My left hook was good. Mike Tyson in the house. What's up, man?
Well, incredible power, Mike. A huge victory. How happy are you with this UFC victory in your debut?
I'm very happy I came to get the knockout. I got it first round like I wanted to. We're going to keep pushing.
I don't know why the
you
video
better
is
watch
lagging.
out.
Congratulations, sir. Look forward to seeing you soon. Mike Perry, ladies and gentlemen.
Outstanding UFC debut for Platinum Mike Perry. UFC 202. And the stars are in the house. Dwight Howard, we just saw him in Atlanta. The native
Dwight's here.
going to be a Hawk now. And he's here tonight to watch the rematch. Cub Swanson and DJ, the flyweight champion. Of course, the Ultimate Fighter starts August 31st on FS1. The winner will fight Demetrius Johnson. Injuries have kept Rick Story from capitalizing on his 2014 win over Gunnar Nelson, but he is here training with the Black Stallions tonight.
Yeah, and Rick Story, who's a big, powerful wrestler, should be a very interesting test for Cowboy Cerrone at 170. And Cowboy has looked absolutely sensational at welterweight. I believe that this is the weight class that he's meant to be at all along, especially considering his last performance against Patrick Cote, which looked like absolutely world championship caliber performance. His technique, his speed, his power, everything was on point in that fight.
Cowboy at 170 looking to move to 3-0. The UFC's first stop in Cleveland, Ohio will feature a native son putting his newly minted UFC title on the line against a dangerous knockout artist as heavyweight champion Stipe Miocic fights Alistair Overeem in the main event of UFC 203.
Gentlemen, 5 rounds, championship fight. Mauricio aggressively attacking.
Miocic is the new heavyweight champion! I'm the world champ! I'm the world champ! Cleveland, we got champion, baby! Stop crazy, we got champion!
Touch gloves. Let's do this.
Next year, 2017, we're going to be defending the belt here in Amsterdam Arena.
Stipe Miocic will defend his title for the very first time against Alistair Overeem. And not only is it one of the most difficult challenges of Stipe's career, but Stipe is going to be defending his title for the first time in Cleveland, his hometown. That will be an epic moment for Stipe Miocic. In Alistair Overeem, you have one of the scariest, most terrifying strikers the sport has ever seen. He has devastating knees, punches, kicks, and elbows. Alistair has had some amazing moments inside the octagon, including his KO of former heavyweight champion Junior Dos Santos. He hopes to continue that trend in a title-winning performance performance against Stipe Miocic, but it will not be easy. Stipe Miocic is an animal. What? Stipe Miocic will have the eyes of the MMA world on him when he defends his title against Alistair Overeem. It's a huge fight for the UFC's heavyweight division. It is for all the marbles. The UFC heavyweight title.
These fighter rankings are sponsored by EA Sports UFC 2. Limited time UFC 202 event packs are still available in UFC Ultimate Team. Play EA Sports UFC 2 for free now on Xbox Live and PlayStation Network until August 22nd. The champion, Stipe Miocic.
Stipe Miocic just shocked the world and put on an absolutely spectacular performance against Fabricio Verdum. But what a completely talent-stacked division he's in. You're talking about a guy in Stipe Miocic who's really worked his way up to that title shot, and when he got it, performed about as perfectly as you could ask for, with a first-round knockout against one of the best heavyweights ever in Fabricio Verdum. But Alistair Overeem is the most decorated striker in the history of the division. You're talking about a K1 Grand Prix champion, a guy who won the Strikeforce Heavyweight Championship, the Dream Heavyweight Championship, and he is an amazing athlete.
Gonna be great on the banks of Lake Erie, Quicken Loans Arena. Miocic, Overeem, Verdum, Travis Brown, and CM Punk will make his long-awaited UFC debut. Limited tickets still available. To get your tickets, head to dqarena.com. So UFC 203 comes your way from Cleveland on September 10th. And just 2 pay-per-views later, history will be made in the Big Apple, New York, New York. That is going to be outstanding. Now, look at the schedule after the stop in New York City. We return to Belfast, Northern Ireland for the first time in years. Tickets on sale for that one, September 23rd. Also, on November 19th, we'll have a fight night from Brazil. Stay around. We'll announce the city shortly. Sunday, November 27th, UFC Fight Night from Rod Laver Arena in Melbourne. It will air in North America on Saturday, November 26th. The Ultimate Fighter finale. Demetrius Johnson defending his title against the winner of Season 24. Live Saturday, December 3rd, and Friday, December 9th. UFC Fight Pass live from the Times Union Center in Albany, New York. December 10th, UFC 206. Live on pay-per-view from Air Canada Center in Toronto. Cannot wait to bring this all to you. We finish the month in Sacramento and give you the last one of the year, T-Mobile Arena right here at UFC 207. All right, up next, Cowboy and Rick Story. Take a look at the rankings. They are ready to be going. They're going to fight tonight in a sensational matchup. Sensational stopping skills always displayed by Donald Cerrone. And tonight, he will be in for a handful against Rick Story. Squaring off for the first time in the octagon, it'll be a can't-miss action bout when fan favorite Donald Cowboy Cerrone takes on hard-charging Rick, the Horror Story, in a matchup that could shake up the welterweight rankings.
Sometimes every year you got to realign yourself. You got to rebuild and restructure. And man, I'm on a new role, man.
My goal tonight is to go out and make a memorable performance and leave a lasting impression on the rest of the division.
A long-time lightweight contender, Donald Cerrone is now 2-0 at 170 pounds. With a pair of performance of the night finishes of Alex Oliveira and Patrick Cote that have his welterweight peers watching their back as the Cowboy rides into town, eager to take out a new set of elite foes.
Key to beating Rick Story is body shots. Body shots, takedowns, and head kicks.
Back from injury and ready to resume his assault on the top 10 in the welterweight division, Rick Story has won 3 straight, most recently defeating Tarek Saffiedine to reestablish himself as a dangerous threat in a division many feel is the most dangerous in MMA today.
This could be the best fight of the night because Donald brings it and I bring it. It's like we meet in the middle and it's just going to be fireworks.
This is Donald Cowboy Cerrone's 3rd fight at welterweight. And man, has he looked great in making that switch to 170 pounds. Physically, he looks much better. He doesn't look emaciated. He has much more energy. He can eat whatever he wants. And you're seeing amazing performances inside the octagon.
Let me try something real quick.
First, he submitted Alex Oliveira, who is a big, tough
It doesn't lag like this, but I don't know if you guys will like it like this. Oh, no,
in stopping Patrick Cote in the 3rd round of his last bout. In that fight, I feel truly that Donald Cerrone lived up to his potential like never before. Against a guy in Patrick Cote who's an iron-chinned warrior, Donald Cerrone picked him apart and took him out. And I feel like it was a crowning moment in Donald's MMA career.
Cowboy #1 all time with 23 UFC, WEC wins combined. And he has the most wins in the octagon since 2011. 17 and counting.
He was so much thicker and healthier here at 170. He's going to need all that mass taking on this gorilla.
Rick the Horror Story. Been around a long time, Joe, since 2009. For this fight, he trained in South Florida with the Black Zillions.
Excellent camp and excellent place. And Rick Story is coming off of an excellent victory against Tarek Saffiedine, who, like Donald Cowboy Cerrone, is a world-class striker. This is a big test for Cerrone and a big test for Story. Story is a very strong wrestler who utilizes pressure and throws wicked body shots, controls his opponents, and has a way of putting that pressure on strikers that makes this a very compelling matchup.
3-fight win streak. Joe mentioned the body shots. Rick Story was the first man to defeat Johnny Hendricks a couple of years back. Got good wrestling skills. And he's a guy who perseveres. He was 0-17 at Pacific University his freshman year as a wrestler. His senior year at Southern Oregon, he had 33 wins, and he was a NAIA national runner-up. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive. His strengths are wrestling, pressure, and again, power shots, particularly to the body. One of his best techniques is to close the distance and just rip brutal body shots.
Our tale of the tape for this welterweight fight is brought to you by the new movie Hands of Stone. True story behind boxing's greatest rivalry. Starring Edgar Ramirez, Robert De Niro, and Usher Raymond. In theaters everywhere on Friday. Cowboy 2 years older, he is taller, he will have a slight reach advantage. And once again, we check in with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, This fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a Muay Thai kickboxer holding a professional record, 30 wins, 7 losses, 1 no contest. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, by way of Denver, Colorado, Donald Cowboy Cerrone. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 19 wins, 8 losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 171 pounds. Fighting out of Vancouver, Washington, presenting the number 9 ranked welterweight contender in the world, Rick the Horror Story. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean.
Herb Dean, our referee. We've asked you to vote all night at UFC on Twitter for the main event. Will it be Conor McGregor? Will it be Nate Diaz? Let your voice be heard on who is winning each fight. All it takes is that one click. We're underway. Cowboy and Story engage quickly. Cerrone in the blue trunks, Rick Story in the black trunks. He's a southpaw.
You see that pressure by Story. Good movement so far from Cerrone. Look for Cerrone to throw those front kicks to the body. And there's a nice leg kick by Cowboy, and Cowboy initiates the takedown. Beautiful job by Cowboy.
Who has a great submission game.
And a great wrestling game. Something a lot of people don't realize when you think about Cowboy. You think about his striking. Cowboy is a hell of a grappler. Stepping over that left leg of Rick Story. Story doing a good job so far of blocking it. Looking to establish control with his right leg over the back of the neck. Cowboy doesn't quite have the flexibility and lets it go.
Looking to make an adjustment here.
Looking to sweep. Cowboy just stands up.
Story all over.
Excellent job by Story reversing the position, pushing Cowboy up against the cage.
Rick Story has been described as a Sherman tank in the past. And that's the style of fight he brings to the octagon.
Well, he excels in these sort of grueling grappling contests. And look for him, if he gets free, to rip those shots to the body that he's famous for.
Don't forget, after tonight's main event, check out FS1 for the UFC 202 post-fight show. Jay Glazer, Brian Stan, Dominic Cruz, Rashad Evans, Megan O'Leary.
Keep an eye on this. He's going for the omoplata. Story's in trouble here. He's going to switch to a triangle.
Can he get it?
Story trying to block that left leg from going underneath the knee, but Donald could switch to an armbar here. Story did a great job there of avoiding the danger and winding up inside control. But he knows that Donald Cerrone's no joke off of his back. Donald's giving up his back here. Very dangerous. Donald's going to try to roll under here, particularly if Story gets a leg loose.
Cerrone trying to protect himself from a little ground and pound.
Nice knee to the body there by Story. Donald's just looking for the opportunity here to roll, Mike. He's going to stick his right leg in between those two legs. Perhaps he might roll for a knee, which, even if he doesn't get the leg lock, will allow him to... Oh, nicely done. Yep. Snuck out the front instead.
Good patience, good timing. Back to the center of the octagon. Inside leg kick.
Nice knee to the body by Cowboy. And there's that front kick that we talked about. Good kick to the body by Story. And a left hand behind it.
Story very smooth here early with his striking.
Donald stabs you with that front kick.
I was thinking the same thing.
It's not a push. You know, he really just digs. There's a nice leg kick there as well. Really digs the ball of the foot into the body. He just faked that right high kick to see how Rick responded. This is not the game that Rick Story wants to play with Cowboy. He does not want to stay on the outside and exchange technical strikes. He's got to make this a mixed martial arts fight. Threaten with the takedown, threaten with the clinch. Because Cowboy is the more technical striker on the outside.
Watch for Cowboy to throw the right leg to the midsection of Story.
Well, he's feeling him out here. He's tagged him here. He's throwing a lot of feints and trying to gauge the response of Story.
He loves that body kick.
Alright, hold on 1 sec.
Donald just has so many weapons standing up, too. There's a nice leg kick.
Good combination.
Excellent combination. Very accurate by Donald. Good inside kick by Story.
Final seconds of the round. Took it off the arms.
Those are powerful shots, though, by Story. Even catching them on the arms is no fun. And here's the takedown, unexpected, I'm sure, by Donald Cerrone.
You know, if you want to
Caught
subscribe,
Rick Story in the transition. There's a nice takedown by Story, utilizing that knee, turning into a trip. There's a beautiful knee to the body by Cowboy. There's a nice combination. Story moving away from most of that.
That was a good round. That was a good round. Listen, fight those takedowns like crazy, okay? Fakes and feints, keep going to the body. Just mix it up. All you got to do to win is flow. Body, head, body, head, body, head, okay? Brandon.
In the combinations, I want that double cross. Pressure when he's going backwards.
You see him coming. Just keep your hands up and your eyes open. Unload. I need you to flow this round, Cowboy. Flow and go, baby. Hey, go get it.
The unauthorized reproduction or distribution of this copyrighted work is illegal and punishable under law. Round 2. Cerrone and Story. Greg Jackson wanting Cowboy to flow in this round.
Story with a big windup and a miss. It's a lot of power and pressure by Story. Cowboy goes up high.
Nicely done by Cowboy, stuffing that takedown attempt.
And catching him coming in with the knee. There's another knee to the body by Cowboy.
Alright, let me try something.
Cowboy just missing with those combinations.
Story ducking under, grabbing hold of that leg, but Donald gets away from him.
Cerrone does the majority of his training on his ranch in Albuquerque, and Brandon Gibson has been out there a ton, working the striking of Cerrone.
Oh, yeah. Two good right hands there by Donald. Very quick.
Nice shovel that on that uppercut. He caught him. Now he's mixing things up, and he's got Story hesitant.
Really nice feint there with the jab, leading into that leg kick.
Cerrone has looked great at 170. He was pretty darn good at 155, though, too.
He certainly was, but I'm a big fan of him at this weight. He looks physically better. I just think he has more energy. I just think he was depleting himself far too much to get down to that 155-pound weight class.
Well, it's noteworthy that Cowboy beat lightweight champion Eddie Alvarez years ago.
Story's in big trouble.
Cowboy looking for the finish.
Beautiful.
Hands all over.
Sensational.
Cowboy. Cerrone set up by the head kick.
And that was a big test for Donald Cerrone that he just passed with an A+. The speed and the accuracy that he carries at 170 pounds are huge assets.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Raise one to right now.
Take a look at this here. The jab, ducks under to the body, to the head, flowed right into that high kick. I mean, what a beautiful combination. Absolutely crisp and accurate. Let's take a look at that again. Look at this. Boom to the body, the head, and then a high kick. I mean, just glorious. Sensational. To the body, and then boom to the head.
Maybe that's what was making me
ridiculously accurate.
Let me see if it lands.
The body shot is what buckled him. Story came down. Cowboy delivered a big kick, and he earns a great victory here. Time for our official decision, brought to you by Metro PCS.
Doesn't
we
look
get
like it's
nationwide
live
coverage on the Blazing Fast 4G LTE T-Mobile network for just $30 period. Once again, Bruce Buffer.
Let me just keep it.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 2 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO, Donald Cowboy Cerrone.
I'm here with the winner, Donald Cowboy Cerrone. Donald, the move up to welterweight has been absolutely amazing for you, and this was a big test tonight against a big, strong wrestler in Rick Story, and you passed with flying colors.
Oh, thank you so much. It must have been because Dana let me ride my Harley Davidson all week.
Let's take a look at the stoppage. I mean, this is just a beautiful flowing combination. You hit him with a left, a right to the body, and then a high kick behind it. I mean, you landed some beautiful combinations all night, but the final barrage that you landed right here was just absolutely picture perfect.
You know, working with Brandon Gibson and Jafari Veneer and Ray Jackson, I feel good. I feel solid. You know, the BMF ranch, 170. How about that?
How much better do you feel here at 170?
Oh, no, I got to think I got to go do it at 155. I think Eddie Alvarez, he got something belongs to me.
Do you? So you are going to drop back down to lightweight again?
Yeah, let's go Madison Square Garden, me and Eddie. How about that?
I like it. If you can make the weight and feel as good as you felt tonight, I'm down.
Oh, I can make the weight. Don't you worry about that.
Congratulations on a truly spectacular performance, sir. Donald Cerrone, ladies and gentlemen.
Cowboy, the most wins since 2011, and potentially another bonus in the finishes. Just keep on keeping on. 16th UFC WBC Pride and Strike Force history.
We just get done saying how amazing he looks at 170, and he calls out the 155-pound champ.
David Spade having a good time here tonight, watching the UFC. Daniel Cormier will be watching the co-main event very closely. And don't forget, that is Rumble and Glover. This look at our upcoming fighters, brought to you by EA Sports UFC 2. Game Informer calls it an adrenaline rush. Play EA Sports UFC 2 for free, now on Xbox Live and PlayStation Network until August 22nd. Pound for pound, Rumble Joe, one of the biggest punchers ever in MMA history.
He's a scary, scary man. And it's one of the reasons why this fight is so interesting is because Glover Teixeira called him out. Glover Teixeira, who's an incredibly well-rounded guy with some outstanding power himself, believes he has the technique to survive the storm that is Rumble. Glover's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He's got excellent wrestling, some spectacular boxing technique himself that he showcased in his last fight against Rashad Evans. But man, he is going up against a terrifying man in Rumble Johnson.
Took him less than 2 minutes to stop the former champion. The next installment of The Ultimate Fighter is less than 2 weeks away, and this season, the stakes have never been higher. The winner of the Tournament of Champions will challenge Demetrius Johnson for the UFC flyweight title. So, not only will we have our next Ultimate Fighter, but we could also have a new UFC champion.
this season of The Ultimate Fighter, Tournament of Champions.
We're trying to climb the highest mountain, probably in all of sports.
It's not just one fight. What they're doing right now is the hardest thing they've ever done in their life.
This is none like any other tough show.
What are you fighting for? You're literally fighting for your life. This ain't no game for me, bro.
Everyone here knows how to be a world champion and knows what it takes.
Get on him! He's hurt! Yes!
Hey, man, what a good round.
Good score!
16 MMA champions from around the world compete for a chance to face the best pound-for-pound fighter in the UFC. The Ultimate Fighter, Team Benavides versus Team Cejudo, Tournament of Champions, starts August 31st only on FS1. These fighter rankings are sponsored by EA Sports UFC 2. Limited time UFC 202 event packs are still available in UFC Ultimate Team. Play EA Sports UFC 2 for free now on Xbox Live and PlayStation Network until August 22. Joe, it's number 1 against number 2.
Of course, notably absent is John Jones, who we hope will be back. But right now we're dealing with Rumble Johnson versus Glover Teixeira, two men who are just incredibly talented. And this is one of those matchups that a fight fan dreams of. And when it was made, I got so excited, and we're going to see it right now.
Combined 46 wins, 31 by knockout, 31 in the first round. So not only are Anthony Johnson and Glover Teixeira two of the truly elite fighters in the world, they are two of the most dangerous and destructive, and they share the same quest, a UFC belt.
My goal is to become champion. I'll do whatever I have to do to win it.
The winner of this fight will fight for the title. To be a champion, man, is a dream.
Glover Teixeira versus Anthony Rumble Johnson is a fight fan's dream matchup.
Rumble Johnson, let's dance, baby. Let's make some money.
Nobody calls out Rumble Johnson. When you're willing to get in there and sling punches and kicks with Anthony Rumble Johnson, that shows what kind of confidence Glover Teixeira has. He's one of the baddest 205-pound fighters in the world.
Oh, here it is. I got you guys.
He wants to beat down Rumble Johnson and leave no question that he is the top light heavyweight contender.
I'm excited for this fight. This is the guys to beat. This is the fight I want.
It's an honor to fight Glover. He's powerful, well-rounded. It's going to be a battle of who can hit the hardest and when it's going to happen.
Anthony Rumble Johnson is a brutal striker with absolutely thunderous power in both his kicks and his punches. Rumble Johnson! He's one of the scariest guys in the division.
I think people know that I'm more dangerous than ever.
Anthony Johnson, I see his power. I close my eyes for a second, and when those punches hit you, you know you're going to go down.
Both of us have the will to win, but it's about executing, and I'm determined to do it. I see myself knocking Glover out.
Everything's come together. I think I'm a much better fighter. I know I have a chance to be a champion. I need that belt.
Glover Teixeira was 17-2, riding a 15-fight win streak when he made his UFC debut in Rio de Janeiro at UFC 153 in a fight against Fabio Maldonado, which was supposed to be a fight against Rampage, and Joe, they did that a little later in Chicago.
Yeah, Glover must see something in Rumble that he feels like he can exploit. When you look at the fights that Rumble has lost against Daniel Cormier, against Vitor Belfort, it's the men that survive the storm. So Glover must be making a calculation that he can survive the storm and that he has the striking technique and the wrestling technique to keep Rumble off of him, drag him into the deeper waters of the second and third round, and take him out there.
Glover Teixeira, 11th UFC fight, 25 career victories. He has finished 20 of those in the first round. He has finished 12 of his last 13 wins. He's like the Rocky of Danbury, Connecticut, and he loves it. And years ago, he just wanted to be a fighter. He loves Iron Mike Tyson, and Iron Mike Tyson is here tonight. Rumble. That's all you have to say, Joe. You know you made it when you go by just one name. And Anthony Johnson is Rumble.
That is Rumble, folks. And it's a great nickname for this man. I mean, thunderous, ridiculous power, and the poster boy of not cutting weight. Just give that up, go up to your natural weight class, fight where you're healthy, and that is what he did. Moved up to 205 after a history of struggling and failing to make 170. Lost his contract with the UFC, came back, and now he's amazing.
Anthony Johnson steps into our Bud Light prep point. Bud Light, raise one to right now.
He's coming off of 2 spectacular knockouts in a row against Jimmy Manoa and then against Ryan Bader. After a failed attempt at the title against Daniel Cormier, and that is where the fight gets interesting. Cormier was able to absorb the punches, weather the storm, and then eventually drag Rumble Johnson into that deep water and submit him. The question is, can Glover Teixeira take the same type of shots that Daniel Cormier took?
He is number 3 all time with 10 knockouts. Vitor Belfort has 12. Anderson Silva has 11. Anthony Rumble Johnson. Our tale of the tape for our co-main event of the evening, brought to you by the new movie Hands of Stone, the true story behind boxing's greatest rivalry. Starring Edgar Ramirez, Robert De Niro, and Usher Raymond, in theaters everywhere. Friday, the Brazilian, 4 years the elder of Rumble, who will have a slight reach advantage once again. The official introductions from Bruce Buffer.
This isn't the fight, so I should be like...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the
Let me try to do it real quick.
main event of the evening. This fight is 3 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 25 wins, 4 losses. He stands 62 inches tall, weighing in at 205 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Danbury, Connecticut, by way of Sobralia, Minas Gerais, Brazil.
Tell me in chat if you guys want
the
just
number
like
2
this,
ranked
or like,
light heavyweight contender in the world.
Just type it in
Glover Teixeira. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 21 wins, 5 losses. He stands 62 inches tall, weighing in at 205 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Boca Raton, Florida, by way of Dublin, Georgia, presenting the number 1 ranked UFC light heavyweight contender in the world, Anthony Rumble Johnson. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Murgliata.
Dan Murgliata, our referee. Co-main event of the evening. Winner get a chance to fight DC.
I don't know.
Rumble.
Like, lots of you guys telling me small.
Teixeira.
If I do a small, just be to this left corner.
Blue trunks for Anthony Johnson. Yellow trunks for Glover Teixeira.
Does that?
Glover
colors of
putting
his
pressure on him right
Yeah.
away. Interesting.
Oh my. No way. No way.
Good
What the
Lord.
heck?
Wow. Good Lord, that is a terrifying man.
Just for now. What the heck? Was that 13 seconds? I think that was 13 seconds. Knockout.
Glover does not
What
know
the
what's
heck?
happening. He's wrestling
This
with
was
Dan
supposed to be a big
Murgliata.
fight.
He thinks the fight is still going on.
What?
They shouldn't let him stand up here. I do not think he understands and he got knocked out. Wow. Good Lord.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Raise one to right now.
Wow. Let's take a look at that again. Boom. The lights go out.
Guys, I think the big fight is next. I'm
And
not
Rumble
sure,
drops
but
the hammer.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Man.
Proving again, Joe,
That guy
that he
just
is
got
a
knocked out.
different
I think it was 13
kind of dangerous.
Yeah, there's a level.
That's
There's a
gotta be
level
one
that
of the
he's
fastest.
at that no one else is at. It's a I touch you, you go to sleep level. I mean, you can't take a few shots and the only one that's been able to is Cormier. I mean, give props to Daniel Cormier because who's got a chin like that guy? My God. And then you see Glover out cold, wakes up and tries to grapple with Dan Murgliata. Like thinks the fight is still going on, just on pure instinct.
I'm pretty sure the main event is
Wow.
next.
That's a terrifying man.
Thank
No
you
one's
guys
been
for
able
all
to do
coming,
that
by
to
the
Glover.
way. If you haven't
Absolutely
already,
not.
hit the subscribe
I mean,
button down below. Help me.
Oh,
It would help me.
unbelievable power. Let's take a look at the entire fight.
And you see Glover putting that pressure on him right away. Glover moving forward, bobbing and weaving. Glover catching him a couple times, and one shot is all it takes. My God. What a terrifying human being. Boom! Perfectly placed uppercut. We'll see it one more time here after this hammer fist. I mean, just stiff.
Rumble, the first man to stop Glover Teixeira inside the octagon. And the reaction of the corner of Anthony Johnson. Time now for our official decision. Brought to you by Metro PCS, where you get nationwide coverage on the blazing fast 4G LTE T-Mobile network for just $30 period. Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Murgliata has called a stop to this contest
Let me just
at
try
13
small
seconds
until
of the
the fight
very
happens,
first round,
the main event.
declaring the winner
I feel
by
bad for that guy. But yeah, until the main event happens,
Anthony
I'll see what you guys want. But like, if I full screen it, it's literally just this. You'll literally just see like half of his face. But like here, you can actually see the whole thing. It's just not full screen, you know. But yeah, I don't know how to fix it, to be honest.
Keep going.
I'm here with the winner, Anthony Rumble Johnson. What did you just say to Glover?
Just now, I told him, thank you for being a professional and showing the world what professional athletes are all about, especially with all the stuff going on, you know, yesterday or press conference and all of that.
All the trash talking, the bottle throw.
Yeah. You see, we don't need to do all that talking to get knockouts done. We just come out here and do the damn thing.
And do the
You
damn
guys are
thing
telling
you
me to
did,
move it to
sir.
the right?
Take a look at the big screen and
I'll try
talk
right
us through
now.
this. Were you surprised that Glover put so much pressure on you?
I
Came
just don't
out
know
very
how
aggressive,
position,
moved
size.
towards you, and allowed you to set up this bone-crunching uppercut.
Did it work?
I wasn't surprised he put pressure on me, but I can fight going backwards. I can fight going forward.
Guys, say in chat
Damn,
if I did it.
I
I
can
don't
fight.
know if it worked.
You were the number one contender. He
Did
was
it
the
work?
number two. Whenever the number one and number two contender go at it, and the fight ends this decisively, there can only be one result. That result is you must fight for the title next. Give us your thoughts on that.
I'm working hard to get to the title. I've been busting my butt off to get to the title. And Daniel,
You the man, baby, but I'm coming for you. We're going to get it on, baby. We're going to get it on. Much respect. Hey.
All right. Let me try one last thing.
I don't know why y'all
it's
booing that
working
man
right
as the
now,
champion.
center,
Much
but let me
respect to
try
Daniel
zooming
Cormier.
out.
He's a hell of an athlete, hell of a champion, so give him his props. I'm just coming in there to try and take that belt.
Good for you, sir, and congratulations on a truly spectacular performance.
I did it.
Anthony Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
I think I did it.
13 seconds is all it took for Anthony Rumble Johnson to win by knockout.
And the main event is next.
Kanye in the house.
Kanye, dang.
Checking out UFC 202.
This is
the biggest rematch, the biggest fight in UFC and in mixed martial arts
To be
history.
honest, guys, I think McGregor's
This
gonna
look at our upcoming fighters is brought to you by EA Sports
Diaz won last time,
UFC 2. Game Informer calls it an adrenaline rush. Play EA Sports UFC 2 for free now on Xbox Live and PlayStation Network until August 22nd. So that will be the main event later, Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor. And then the next time you see us on pay-per-view, former professional wrestler CM Punk makes his highly anticipated UFC debut against Dana White. Looking for a fight product, Mickey Gall. Can Punk silence the doubters, or will Gall become an overnight star? We'll find out at UFC 203 on September 10th.
I think my story is interesting because I left behind this career and this entire world that other people would probably kill to have.
If you are a fan of professional wrestling, you know this man, but your wrestling days are over. You have decided to enter the octagon and fight mixed martial arts professionally.
This is something that I've thought about for a very long time and haven't been able to do. So once the opportunity presented itself, I would have been a fool to say no.
This would be the first time CM Punk ever fights in his life. He had no amateur fights, no amateur karate matches, no amateur jiu-jitsu matches. This is what's crazy about it.
There was a lot of negativity. You know, why is he doing this? Or he can't do this. He shouldn't be able to do this. Things like that. Every time somebody wave a finger in my face and say you can't do that, you know, I prove people wrong. I live to do that.
I'm in a unique spot. I have a fight that a lot of people, I'm sure, are envious. A fight that a lot of people wanted. I'm gonna get to beat up a superstar and, you know, kind of make my name off this fight in my second pro fight.
Oh, early knockdown for Mickey Gall.
Could be it right here. That's it.
Mickey Gall submits Mike Jackson inside of a minute.
I want to be fed. I'm hungry. Feed me CM Punk, please.
He's fought tomato cans, and he thinks that makes him a pro, and that's cool. I want him to be confident because I think he's just going to completely think he's going to walk all over me, and you know he'll wake up and realize he was wrong.
He made himself a superstar in his field. I respect the greatness, but with that being said, there's nothing that's stopping me from ripping him apart.
You know, I'm going out there, I'm going to lay it all on the line. You know, the spotlight's on, and I'm going to shine.
I respect everybody who's ever stepped foot in the cage, and before I'm done here, everybody will respect me as well.
In a lot of ways, Mike, this is a spectacle, and it's an interesting one, because you've got a guy that literally has no fighting experience whatsoever other than training, which he's only been doing since he decided to fight professionally.
If you guys like it like this,
young, dangerous, promising prospect in Mickey Gall. So it's interesting that he's got the courage to do this, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how it turns out.
He's 37 years old. He's been training in Milwaukee with Duke Rufus. That's a great place to learn.
It's about as good a place on earth. Look, Duke Rufus is a real wizard. He understands striking and fighting about as good as any human being alive. So you gotta respect his
cat know if you
to
don't.
go to one of the top camps in the world, to train with some of the best fighters in the
Right
world,
now it's not
and
lagging
arguably
for
one of
this,
the best striking coaches that exist. But can you just do that? Can you just jump into fighting at 37 years of age? He's had about 2 years of training, but remember, he had surgery on his back, I believe. So he's had some tough training, obviously. You know, it's going to be fun to watch.
Well, the reality is, though, is Mickey Gall only has 2 more professional fights than CM Punk. The first was the one in Philadelphia that impressed Dana White, which led to his UFC debut, in which he was able to have a rear naked choke.
He looked real good in that UFC debut. I was impressed with that kid. He shows a lot of promise, and the way he finished that fight, he showed some excellent skill. He's aggressive. Look at that beautiful right hand. Takes him down, hammer fist. Look at this, take the back. Beautiful job here getting that second hook in. That's a kid with some serious skill. So, props to CM Punk for not just taking on some guy who doesn't have a chance, and it's going to be a showcase for him, but taking on a guy who's most likely a heavy favorite.
It'll be a lot of fun. It's part of UFC 203 when the Octagon travels to Cleveland, Ohio for the first time. Main event, Stipe Miocic, Alistair Overeem, CM Punk, Mickey Gall, live on pay-per-view from Quicken Loans Arena. And you can catch the new episode of The Evolution of Punk this Monday at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific, only on FS1, as former pro wrestler CM Punk continues his quest to become an MMA fighter.
Hey everyone, I'm UFC Hall of Famer Forrest Griffin. Before you watch this highly anticipated rematch between 2 UFC superstars, Nate Diaz and Ireland's Conor McGregor, check out this clip where 2 very different fighters meet for an infamous rematch that makes boxing history.
Why you always brush my hair in the corners? Next round starts, you come out looking fresh. Drives them nuts.
The sport fell in the hands of organized crime, but I wasn't for sale.
Quit. We tell you to. I'm no coward.
These people will kill you.
Me.
We are now set for our main event of the evening. 5 rounds of fighting in the UFC welterweight division as Nate Diaz fights Conor McGregor again. Bad blood, hatred, disgust, repulsion. There are accurate statements, aren't they?
Absolutely. Plus excitement, speculation, anticipation, and it's about to go down.
It certainly is. These guys have sparred verbally. They've fought once, and they can't wait to get in the octagon tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the first fight was so intriguing because Ward, he's a very skillful martial artist, but so is Conor McGregor. And Conor McGregor, up until that fight, had such spectacular results knocking people out. Sure. I think he thought he could do the same thing to Nate Diaz.
And he said, I controlled the fight for 8 minutes, and then I lost. And he has been haunted by that loss in the first fight, which makes tonight's rematch one of epic proportions like we have never seen before.
Represented up until that point is this phenom.
I move different, I think different, I speak different. I am a different athlete than these people.
So much of what Conor is selling is based on him being the greatest martial artist of all time. But the first storm that Conor McGregor really had to weather in the UFC sank his boat. Not just a loss, but a loss to a guy who took the fight on 11 days' notice and then made Conor tap.
They were putting him out like he was unstoppable.
I feel like he hit me with a lot of his best punches, and I hit him with one punch. Everybody's getting in a cage and I find another human being. They gave him a lot of credit, and he got blown way out of proportion.
It's a fight that must be played back. I didn't spar one southpaw, let alone a 6-footer, so I didn't really prepare specific. And I still pinged the head off him. He was 1 or 2 clean shots away from being done. I could see it in his eyes.
He punches hard. He's a hard-hitting little guy, but nothing I never felt before. You know, I didn't think he hit like no Superman or anything.
The fans have given him this indestructible feeling, as if he can't be knocked out, but he can and he will.
You better whip my ass.